Hi, this is Dr. Grace Carol Pibelchan, your dermatologist, dermatologic and aesthetic surgeon, genetologist, and your obesity resource person. Ang topic natin ngayon ay maganda uli, no? Lagi namang magandang topic natin eh. Kasi ito ay tungkol sa bago natutunan ko doon sa convention. Kasi may bago na namang labas na treatment ngayon na napakaganda. Okay. Ang i-discuss natin ngayon ay tungkol sa mga balding problems. Pero particularly, isa lang yung i-discuss ko kasi ito yung treatment na to na para doon talaga. So, ito yung tinatawag nating androgenetic alopecia. When you say androgenetic alopecia, it's very simple, no? Androgen genetic. So, namamana siya and it is caused by an increased androgen levels in your body or in your system. Ngayon, dalawang klase ito. Meron tayong male pattern at meron tayong female pattern. Yung male pattern, kadalasan, yung nagumpisa ito sa noo, receding hairline, tumataas papunta dun sa tuktok ng ulo ng mga lalaki. No? Kaya parang may paliparan dito, parang airport. Nakikita natin to very common sa mga santo papa natin, no? Tsaka yung mga abogado, they are the ones who commonly have this problem, androgenetic alopecia. Pag sa babae naman, spared yung hair along the hairline. Tapos at the back of the hairline, mga 1 centimeter away from the hairline or 2 centimeters away from the hairline, doon nag-start yung thinning ng hair. Yun naman yung tinatawag na female pattern hair loss. Pareho lang sila, pero yung isa pang lalaki, yung isa pang babae. Ngayon, napakarami talagang treatment option, no, para dito. From the time I started my dermatology practice, ang dami-dami na talagang nadagdag. So, yung una, nung nagpa-practice pa lang ako ng unang panahon, mga oral medication, topical medication in the form of nutraceuticals, no. Itong topical medication na to, habang tumatagal ako sa practice, padagdag ng padagdag, bago ng bago, ang daming additional treatment. Pero, kaming mga doktor, we have this discernment, no. Ibig sabihin, we also have this, syempre, nag-train kami in dermatology, so mas alam natin kung alin ba yung mas maganda na pamahid. So, ini-eliminate na namin yung ibang pangit at sinu-choose lang namin yung talagang pwede. So, one is nutraceuticals in the form of topical medications like creams and lotion, no? And then, we also have this oral medication which has evolved since the time that I started dermatology. Ang dami-dami na rin nadagdag. At padagdag pa nga ng padagdag. Pero ang amaze ako ay yung mga bagong treatment. Like for example, actually yung low-level light laser therapy, matagal na to. Ito yung parang may helmet ka na nilalagay mo at ilawan mo yung scalp mo tapos ma-stimulate yung hair growth ng follicle. And then we also have the PRP, okay? Yung kinukuha yung blood mo, tapos ipaprocess sa centrifuge, and then you'll just get the plasma portion. Pero ngayon, hindi na plasma portion lang, even the blood component, no, ginagamit na rin for PRP. And then we also have this microneedling, yung inaano mo, sinusugatan mo yung scalp, tapos pinapahiran mo ngayon nito mga topical na to na para mas lalong makapenetrate sila deep to the hair follicles kasi medyo malalim yung hair follicle natin. So, in order for it to penetrate, you have to induce trauma to the scalp para pag may trauma na, mas easier yung penetration ng mga ipapahid mo. Like for example, yung exosome and secretomes. I will discuss this later. And then we also have this Botox. And then we also have the thread, no? Yung mga thread, yung may mga needle na sangkatutak na thread na ayan ang mga latest ngayon, no? Tsaka yung cellular therapy, which is quite new but a little bit old na rin compared to the newer ones that I mentioned. So, syempre, ang last resort natin, yung kapag hindi na talaga tinatablan o kaya masyado ng malaki ang affectation, or actually, mas maganda kung mas maliit pa yung affectation, gagawin mo na to, no? Yung hair transplant, okay? So, yung hair transplant, when you transplant it, 70% will grow and 30% will fall off. So, yun. Kaya lang, ang problema, yung hair transplanted area, hindi na yung malalagas, pero yung hindi pa na-hair transplant, magko-continuous pa rin yung progression nun. Kaya dapat meron kayong talagang ginagawang treatment para to maintain whatever hair is there at the moment para hindi na to maglalagas at hindi na matutuluyan na mawala pa sa inyong scalp. Ngayon, ang pinaka-latest is about the exosome, no? Pero ngayon nga, mas bago na sa exosome. Kumbaga, ito yung sabihin natin, itong bago na ito ay 4 times more potent than exosome, no? Maybe it's even more than 4 times, no? Ang definition po nitong sinasabi ko na bagong treatment ay isa siyang broad collection of all the cell substances of all the substances produced by the cell itself. So, lahat ng ang secretome ay ito yung parang lahat ng pinoproduce ng cell sa katawan mo, bawat cell sa katawan mo, ito yung ginagamit natin ngayon for anti-hair loss, anti-aging, and many other things, no? Ah, ah, ang sinasabi kong cell substances na to can be made of yung protein, cytokines, and cell growth factor, no? So, lahat ng yun nandoon sa sinasabi ko na substance na to. Ngayon, iko-compare mo, kasi nga kino-compare natin itong secretome at saka yung exosome. Yung exosome naman, it's just a specific type of intracellular vesicle, no? That are only considered as a component of the secretome itself. So, ibig sabihin, bahagi lang siya ng secretome, ang exosome. Kung may soup tayo po, yung soup, ito po yung nandoon lahat ng ingredients na kailangan natin para mapasarap yung soup, no? So, yun yung secretome. Yun naman pong bawat ingredient ng secretome, ito naman po yung exosome. Kaya, the exosome is just a part of the whole secretome. Ngayon, syempre, ano pang pipiliin mo? Syempre, yung mas dense, no? Yung talagang punong-puno ng nutrients. Yun ang pipiliin natin para for the treatment of our hair and for the skin aging also. And for everything that we need to improve, syempre, mas pipiliin mo yung isa. Kasi compact siya eh. It is 4 times more potent than your exosome. At saka, ang ano kasi, ang secretome, ito ay parang comprehensive mix of all the therapeutic factors that is in that cell, no? Yung exosome naman, it is just an isolated particle used for a more targeted delivery of signaling molecules, no? So, targeted therapy siya as compared dun sa secretome. Yung secretome kasi, it is a broad, comprehensive, regenerative therapy. So, mas maraming kino-cover ang secretome. Kaya, kung ikukumpara mo yung dalawa, syempre, mas high-end yung secretome especially for the treatment of hair loss or balding, and for for anti-aging treatments, and for other things that we would like to treat also, probably kasama na rin yung pigmentation problems and other dermatological things that we want to improve. Like for example, wound healing. Ginagamit din yung secretome for wound healing. Kunyari may injury ka, o kunyari ikaw ay nagkaroon ka ng sakit, no? Pwede rin po itong gamitin natin. Yun. So, and it is more powerful than any other exosome. So, if you have more questions about the new topics that I discussed today, just please get in touch through my numbers, and please like and share my account.